Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Last weekend I went to a friend and fellow Stampin' Up demonstrators event. There were lots of lovely projects for us all to do, and this was held by my friend Janice Thompson, who is Jazzle Dazzle. I will put a link to her social media, etc. in my description. She gave us all this little gift bag made with the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper and this gorgeous tag. Love the dimension on that. So this had past tense because I've eaten them, some chocolates, a chocolate biscuit, and a few other bits and pieces. Sachet of coffee, tea bag, and this lovely little gift, which I thought was a nail file, but it's not. It's for crafting purposes, to sand, a little sanding block for when you emboss your two-tone cardstock. So I'll be trying that out soon. I didn't make all of the projects that were available because I was too busy chatting. Yes. Heather the Blether. Absolutely loved this though, and this is the inspiration for my project today. So this is a card using the Nutcracker kit, Nutcracker Tags kit, I think it's properly called. This one here. So the you get 4 different designs and you can make 3 each of those, and I've already gone ahead and split the kit up, so I've got all of the pieces for each of the different tags in little pockets here, because I'm going to be making them with some friends and that just makes my life a little bit easier. So there's that one, and then love that big Merry Christmas stamp. Haven't used it quite enough. This lovely fun fold card, gatefold I would guess we would call that. This one that was inspired by the online, the Stampin' Up craft class. And then this gorgeous cute little gift card holder. So there was tags and another card design as well, but as I say, too much chat, not enough crafting. So whilst I was in the garden centre that event was taking part in, I came across these giant shortbread fingers. I mean, what is not to love about a giant shortbread finger? And this is my project. Again, inspired by this card. I've used the same paper, which is from, she tries to remember, Christmas Tags and More. So there's lots of lovely little bits of ephemera in that as well. Then I've got my little nutcracker there too, and slides out, and I've got my shortbread finger in there. So I'm going to make another one and show you how to do it. So we're going to need a piece of garden green card, and I'm using a different design from that Designer Series paper pack, and I've got a different one of the little tags in there. So first of all, I'm going to make up my little tag, and you do get in your kit some black twine and some glue dots and the mini dimensionals. I'm just using stuff from my own supply, and I actually thought I would brighten it up by using the real red and white baker's twine instead. So just going to quickly put these together. I'm going to use little ones. You do get your instructions in the kit box. And pop that on there. Then his beard needs to be put on as well. Press that down, take the backing off, and then just pop that in place. And it just gives it that extra bit of dimension on there, which is awesome. And then I'm going to pop that on with dimensionals too. But what I'm going to do is actually just pop the mini dimensionals, when I can find another one, on there like that. I am not actually going to use a little bit of holly. I'm going to save that for something else. And it just says it for you like that. And I'm going to just pop out that little bit there and a little bit there. And then I'm going to actually use my larger dimensionals to put on here. Line that up like so. And that is just about ready. I guess I could actually put that on there. I just don't want it to detract from the Nutcracker and go too far out on my box. So just need to add the twine to that, and then we can get on and make that box. Pop that through. How quick and easy are these tags going to be to make with the rest of that kit? I'm a bit overboard with my twine here. And there we go. Let's just pull that in a little bit. Try to keep my finger on the knot so that it doesn't twist around too much or get too loose. There we go. So he's ready just to go on the box. So we need to make the box now. And I've got a piece of garden green card here, which is actually too big for what I need. So I'm going to trim that down to 3.5 inches. Trim by 7.5 inches. My cutting blade. Then, oops, didn't press hard enough on that, Heather. There we go. Then I'm going to take that cutting blade out the way because I just want to do some scoring. I'm going to score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. So my box tray will actually measure 1.5 inches that way, 1 inch that way, and 5.5 that way. Okay, so that's that done. I will need my trimmer for my designer series paper in a moment. Just quickly burnish these score lines, get them nice and crisp. And then I need to do a little bit of cutting. So I want to cut from the long side up and just take a little wedge out either side there, like that. Okay, and then I'm doing the same on all 4 corners. And that way these tabs will fold into the long side here. If I had done it the other way, then they'd be going onto the short side and overlapping. So no other reason for doing it this particular way. There we go. Get rid of all of those bits, tidy that away later. And then I need to put some glue on all 4 of those tabs. A little bit of glue. And I'm just trying to cover as much of the surface area with as little glue as I possibly can, because I don't want it to squeeze out. There we go. Then fold one of them around like so. Just line up that edge. Give that a good press. And then work my way around. Doing exactly the same. Line that up. Give it a press. And then you'll probably find you don't need to do much lining up, because it pretty much wants to go where it wants to go by this stage. Okay, I'm just going to take my bone folder and give that an extra little press, just to make sure we've got that firmly adhered. And then the next bit is to create our wraparound. Now, I am going to start this off, and I'm not measuring this, but I think it's about 3/4 of an inch, yeah, near enough. And I'm going to give that a press. Okay, so I've got a start. I'm going to start on the bottom, and you can see that this is too long, but I just find it easier to work with it like this and then trim it down. Each to your own, but that's the way I quite like to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping that around and pinching it. So I've got it nice and snug there, and I'm just pinching that there. And then what I can do is fold that and make sure that my edges are all lined up, and then give that a nice crisp fold. Pop it back in, so we've got nice neat fit there and there. And I want to do the same here. So just line that edge up. That's where I've given it a little crease while it was on the box. Line that edge up, fold. I just find this gives me a much tighter fit than any other way I've tried doing this in the past. So I'm just folding that around again. And the last one's always easier. There we go. Now, I want to take a little slither off that end, because when I put that in there, it's actually overhanging at the back there, just a smidge. So I'll bring my paper trimmer back in, and I'm going to take a little bit off, so maybe just 1/4 of an inch off there, like that. Okay, and then, so that was that way. I also need to, let me just get this right here, done that way. I need to turn it that way, and my length of my box is 5.5 inches, but I want to have that little bit of an overhang either end. So I'm taking it to 5 5/8. I'm just taking that a little bit off at the edge there. Then all I need to do is put my box back in and decide whether I want that one to go over the top or to have my join roughly in the middle. Oh my goodness, that's almost invisible join. Talk about pattern matching. Right, so a little bit of glue along that edge there. Add a little bit of glue along that edge there. Fold that round. Press it down. Just make sure I've got it lined up. There we go. So we have a really tight wrap around there. Okay. And then I can push that out and in and pop my giant shortbread finger in there, like so. And you could pop this up with dimensionals. Yet again, I haven't bothered. I've just gone with a squiggle of glue down the middle and pop that tag on there. How adorable are those? And thank you so much to my lovely friend Janice for the inspiration to use the tag in a different way. And as I say, the only bit I didn't use was the little sprig of holly that I can use for something else. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please click on that subscribe button, click the bell and get notification of the next time I upload a tutorial. There'll be a link in the description for this video to my blog with all the measurements and the links to purchase the products I've used as well. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.